Well, I'm a very fortunate guy. I think I inherited really good genes. I recognize that when I was a young man because my grandmother lived to be well over 91, and my mother lived to be just short of 91. So I thought, well, if I've got good genes, I want to take care of them and let them work their magic. So all my life, I have exercised and I've watched my diet and taken good care of myself. So as a result, now here I am, I'm 85. I've got all my original equipment. I haven't had no replacements of knees or hips or no tubes in my cardiovascular system. I don't take any prescriptions. I love to kayak with my friends, and I really like to bike here in southern Delaware between the farm fields. And, I've always been up and active. But this year, things began to change. I found I wasn't sleeping well. I'd wake up in the middle of the night. I'd have to go in the living room, sit in my recliner for a while and finally go to sleep. And I'd wake up and go back to bed. Then I'd get up the next morning and I'd walk around tired and kind of dizzy all day. I was lost my energy. If I had a gauge that told my energy, it was be hovering right above zero. I was lethargic. I lost my lust for life. I wasn't having any fun anymore. So then a friend told us about the patches, LifeWave patches, and I said, this is too good to be true. Yeah, they can't do all that stuff. And but this guy was very convincing, and he's an honorable man. And he said, well, okay, nothing to lose here. Let's give it a whirl. So I signed up for silver, and I did that because I wanted both my wife and I to try them, because she was also losing energy. And so we started using the patches, and a month went by, and I wasn't really feeling much. I was concerned because I felt like I was beginning to feel like I was getting old. That's no good. So we said, well, because we're in our 80s, maybe we'll keep going with it. We'll give it a try. Maybe it's going to take a little longer for us. So we kept taking the patches. Well, at the end of the second month, all of the good stuff began to kick in. And I noticed that I was sleeping good again. I didn't get up in the middle of the night. I could sleep through the night, got up in the morning. I wasn't walking around like a zombie anymore. My energy level was up. I had a lust for life, and I was enjoying life again. So we were, very happy. When I got into this thing, I told my sponsor, I said, I'm going to buy this stuff on wholesale. That's the only reason I signed up to be silver, so we could get the patches at wholesale. I'm not getting into business. But this stuff has worked so well, I can't help but tell everybody about it. And I'd just like to give you a couple of examples of how it's changed my life. We have a town close by here that every fall they have this humongous street fair. And they've got blocks and blocks of vendors on both sides of the street. Well, I don't like to go to those things because, it really makes me tired. You guys who are here, you know what I'm talking about when you go shopping with your wife, shuffling around. All you want to do is go home and take a nap. Well, that's what these fairs are like. Did you ever watch the Carol Burnett show? Remember Tim Conway used to do the thing where he'd pretend he was a little old man and he would shuffle across the stage with itty bitty steps. Well, that's what it's like when you go to these street fairs, and that wears the heck out of me. So anyway, we hadn't been for a few years, and I said, okay, let's go. So we went to the street fair, and we were there for 3 hours with me shuffling along with the Tim Conway shuffle. Well, we got home after 3 hours, had lunch, and I felt so good, I went out and washed and waxed my car. Another example. I got a big deck in the back of the house, and it needed painting. And this spring, every time I'd walk out on that deck, I'd look at it and I'd say, oh, forget it. I'm not going to tackle that. I'm not going to paint that thing. I don't want to go through all that work. Well, about a month ago, we had a stretch of nice weather. And by golly, I went up, got in the shed, dragged out my power wash. I power washed that deck, and I spent 3 days painting it, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And this morning, the weather's been so nice here in southern Delaware, I went out for an 11-mile bike ride, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So the LifeWave
Wow.
patches have made a big difference in my life. And now I am telling everybody about it. And what I'll do is I'll tell you in closing of my little story here, what I tell everybody. The LifeWave patches are the next best thing to the fountain of youth.